So in this video, I'm going to show you the exact posts that have helped me generate over 100 million views on social media. I'm going to break down my exact hook writing checklist so you can swipe. That's 4 core things. If you do these 4 core things, you're way more likely to go viral. So let's go ahead. Let's dive right in. So I'm looking to show you exact examples and break them down and then show you why these are going viral. All right, so this one right here, 23 tips to get in the best shape of your life in 2023. And then we go into a list. All right, so let's first break down this first line here. So 23 tips to get you in the best shape of your life in 2023. All right, one of the best things that you can do is specificity in lists. All right, people love lists because they're open loops. All right, so 23 tips, 23 steps, 7 things you need to know, 7 facts. Any list with a number right there, it's an open loop. All right, it's an open loop. People want to close the loop. It's a curiosity builder. So if someone wants to get this desire, all right, if someone wants to get in the best shape of their life, they just want to read the whole 23 tips. So they're more likely to actually consume the whole thing. All right, so if they read the first thing, and this is what I did here, this is also a pattern interrupt, an attention grabber. All right, alcohol is what I call a hot button. All right, a hot button is any topic that's, can be a little bit more controversial. People have different opinions on it, and so it generates engagement. All right, so as I say this, alcohol is poison, minimize alcohol costs, which it probably shouldn't be that controversial, but of course there's gonna be people on both sides who are like, no, you can, drink in moderation. Then other people are like, oh, eliminate, blah blah blah, and it creates some engagement there. All right, the more engagement the post gets, the more views it's gonna generate. Because the longer someone stays on my post, the more it tells the algorithm in all social media, hey, this post is pretty good. Like people are reading this thing and spending time on this post. And everything here that I'm sharing with you, this applies to everything. So I'm going to show you mainly my posts on X, because that's where I grow most of my brand. But I work with clients across Instagram, LinkedIn, TikTok, etc. So this applies to everything. All right, so that's a huge thing I'm doing right here. Anytime you're doing a list, if you can put a controversial thing in the first thing, in the first tip or the first step, this is going to generate way more views. All right, put your most controversial thing as number 1. All right, so that's what we did right here. All right, other thing here is like, you're going to see this as a very common pattern. There's the what's in it for me. All right, the what's in it for me either is a desire or a pain point. All right, so you need to have a what's in it for me in your headline or in your hook. If you don't, you're screwed. Or they need to have a reason to read or to consume your content. And so here we have a desire. That's our what's in it for me. Get in the best shape of your life. That's a core desire. This could also be, how to get rid of your belly fat. That would be a pain point. All right, how to avoid this pain point, how to get rid of this pain point. All right, so either you need to have the pain or the desire. It needs to be there as soon as possible. All right, I talk about speed to desire or speed to pain point. That means, hey, we need to make sure we communicate the desire, the pain point as soon as humanly possible in the hook. Like it needs to be quick. Other thing here that we're doing is a low FK score. All right, low FK score. So what that is basically you want to talk simple, dumb, and easy. All right, simple, dumb, and easy. All right, your writing or your communication, if it's video, has to be as easy as possible to understand and comprehend. All right, if I wrote this more complicated, 23, I don't know. My brain doesn't work this way in like this super crazy vocabulary and like academics talk, because it's just not effective for making money and generating views. So you want to talk as simple as possible. You can literally look up like FK score calculator on Google. I use this one and you can plug in anything right here. So let's see, if we plug this in, I'm probably gonna have the lowest grade reading level. We'll see. Calculate. All right, yeah, this is really good. All right, 5th grade reading level. So this is like the best it can be. We got 100 score out of 100. You really want to keep it like ideally 6th or 5th grade. You want it to be in that range. 7th grade is like the worst. Like really don't go below 7th grade or above 7th grade. If you get into these levels, like it's really bad. It's a bad sign. Like you're probably not going to do well with your content. All right, so you use something like this FK calculator. Make sure it's towards this high end here. All right, 6th grade or 5th grade is where you want to be. All right, let's go to another example here. Let's switch it up. So I have this swipe file. I'm using all my old content here. Let's see another one. 7 steps to unfuck your gut health. This one, about 2 million views. Big thing we did here is the picture. All right, the picture is kind of a pattern interrupt. So think of like if you're scrolling Twitter. All right, so if I go home, I just start scrolling this thing. Let's see. All right, nothing's really a pattern interrupt so far. But if all of a sudden I saw like this thing, this is weird. I saw a weird picture. It's just a scroll stopper. So if someone's scrolling, this is just interrupts their normal pattern. It's a new stimuli that's different from everything else. Because it's a weird, it's got all these colors, got intestines and stuff. And so a lot of people are just going to stop scrolling. They're like, what the heck is this? And the key thing here with hooks as well is attention is the first step. If there is no attention, you cannot influence. If there's no attention, you can't get leads. You can't sign clients. There's no attention. Attention is always step number one. So that's where these pattern interrupts come in hand. All right, that's the visuals. The pictures are so good. If you get a really weird picture, it can work really well. I have some more examples of this. You can use this on video as well. Or if you have a weird or crazy background. I remember one time, me and my business partner, we drove like 3 hours just to film an ad with this like crazy cool background at this like Blue Springs. The ad flopped. Like I didn't know what I was doing really, but like that's how important pattern interrupts are. Is I only drove 3 hours to do one. All right, disregard that the ad didn't work at all. I didn't know what I was doing at the time, but like pattern interrupts are so important. It's got 2 million views. A big part of it is this right here. Let's go through another one. Let's see. Every fitness lesson I learned after 8 years in the gym. All right. So this is a really good template right here as far as like a hook. So every fitness lesson I learned after doing this. So this is like Alex Hormozi, he refers to this as like an aspirational effort. All right, aspirational effort. What is that? So if you've done anything that's just taken a lot of time, a lot of money, a lot of energy, a lot of people would really just rather learn from you than do it themselves. All right, so I invested 8 years into the gym. Not literally, but 8 years of training in the gym. And so here's every fitness lesson I learned from that. All right, that right there, that's like people would rather not go to the gym for 8 years. They just want to learn like what I learned. Or you can apply this with anything. This could be like, I invested this amount of money. I spent 1,000 hours researching, the industry leaders X, Y, and Z. Anything like that. All right. Then notice what I do for number one as well. All right. Number one, I'm doing that pattern interrupt. All right. If you're not horny, you're not healthy. This is just a big like pattern interrupt right here. It's kind of controversial. It's kind of an eye grabber. Like I do that time and time again. The first step, the first tip on my thread here is going to be that pattern interrupt, that controversial thing. And I do more controversial things throughout the thread as well to retain attention. So all the things I'm talking about to retain attention, to get attention in the first place, you can use that through all of your content. Like when you get really good at your stuff, like literally this is what Mr. Beast does. This is how Mr. Beast created like a whole like TV show now, and his videos go the most viral like compared to everyone in the world. It's because he's just a master of retaining attention. All right, attention is the game. We live in this attention currency. So if you can do this, like this is one of the highest income skills that you can have. Like you're set. You're never going to be broke ever again. You're never going to have a shortage of leads or clients ever again if you master the skill of attention. All right, so I hope this helps. I hope this is really breaking through here. We're going to keep on rolling because I keep on like pulling some lessons out of here. Let's see what else we got. Eat 7 eggs every morning. Here's 10 surprising reasons you need to eat this superfood. All right, so a couple things going on here. So this is kind of like an aspirational effort as well, I would classify it as. But it also adds in something weird. All right. So I eat 7 eggs every morning. This is like a weird thing. This is like not normal. So the last one we talked about was going to the gym for 8 years, training for 8 years, which is relatively normal. Like that's not like really out of the ordinary. But eating 7 eggs every morning is like pretty weird. Like most people don't know anyone who does that. And there's like, it's kind of controversial as well because people think, oh, there's like cholesterol. Is that really healthy for you? And so there's like differing opinions. So if there's anything that you do like as an aspirational effort that's weird or uncommon, like that can be a really good part of your hook. All right, so it's the same kind of pattern here. Hey, I did this thing. Here's 10 surprising reasons you need to actually be doing this thing. That's a superfood. I'm labeling it as a superfood, which again might be controversial here. I also say surprising. All right, 10 surprising reasons. All right, this is a curiosity thing. It opens a loop. Then we have the visual right here, which is, again, it's a pattern interrupt. This is like a viral image from somewhere else, from Max here. I don't know. I don't remember. But this, like, I got this from someone else, from Max apparently. And this picture by itself already went viral. All right, so there's another concept there. Drinking Poppy, by the way. If you haven't heard, great. Like I recommend this. It's like prebiotic soda. It's good stuff. It's only 25 calories. Anyways, so what I was saying there, I stole this, or I took this from someone else, and it already went viral. And so that's a sign of what I call market validation. All right, market validation. What is that? It's just something that the market has already validated by themselves. Like they already told you, hey, they like this, and they engaged with it a lot. All right, so this by itself, this picture by itself, it already went viral. So I know for a fact, hey, people out there, they like this for some reason. They like it. They engage with it. It keeps their attention. There's something there. And so anytime you see something that's validated, something that already has gone viral, take inspiration from that. All right, model based off of it. All right, talk about that topic that you're talking about. All right, that is market validation. It's one of the biggest keys. And this also applies to another lesson. Let me see if I can pull this up. All right, here we go. So this is a good one. So the other lesson I want to bring out here is like this picture right here. All right, this picture that I use, me in an ice bath. I've used this picture so many times in so many different pieces of content. And the reason is, again, market validation. This worked before. It went viral before and went viral again and again. And so that's a concept, market validation. And so with this, how this applies like your specific, like your personal content is you want to milk your winners like crazy. So this picture has been a winner time and time again. Like every time I use it, it's a scroll stopper and people like it. And so if I'm seeing that, if this is a winner for me, this picture by itself, I can remix this, I can repurpose it, I can put this in tons of different topics, and I can just use it over and over and over again and milk this winner. And that's what you want to do. Like milk your winners, like milk the living hell out of it until it dies. A winner is a winner until proven otherwise. So keep on using it, repurposing it, reposting it, like go ham with it. That's one of the easiest things you can do. Like right now, if you're watching this and you've already been creating content for a while, like just go back, look at your old content, look at the most viral stuff you already produced and just like repost it. Like that's the easiest thing you could do. Just like repost like your old content from like a year or 2 years ago or 6 months ago and just repost it. Like repost it. Like people don't remember, or especially with these shorter form platforms like Twitter or X or Instagram or LinkedIn or TikTok, any of those. YouTube's really the only one where like a video stays up and like people can technically search for it and find your own videos. Everywhere else, like the content kind of dies after a few days. Like it's like no one ever sees it again. So repost that stuff, like reuse it. You already put work into actually like write it or film it. So you might as well reuse it. So that's a huge concept right there. The other thing going on here is I'm hooking onto a trend. All right, so this is in December 2022. So definitely around this time. Cold like ice shower or ice baths and cold showers are still like a trendy thing now, but it's a trendy thing. All right, so if anything's trending in your niche, in your industry, or in the world, like it's in the news or something, if you can hop onto a trend and talk about it, you're instantly just going to get more views because the general like public's attention is just more on that. All right, so especially like when COVID happened back in 2020, that was a huge thing. Are a huge thing. And so like especially when it just started, anytime like anyone made a post or anything, just saying that word, it got more attention instantly. Or same thing with the election, or any big world events like that. If you ever just mention that stuff, like you're instantly gonna drive more views just by trends. All right, so take advantage of that stuff. Like today, if you're in the finance space, the CPI, the inflation report, like just came out, and so if you make content about that, you're just gonna get more views because it just happened. It's trending. All right. Let's keep on going here. Let's do a few more, and then we'll wrap it up. 21 fitness facts most doctors have been hiding from you. So this is a good one for. A good thing here is like playing off authority. So authority is a really good thing. So authority, you can play off it in many different ways. So here I'm kind of playing off like the traditional authority in the health space is hiding something from you. That's like the idea I'm playing off of. So this is a really good one that works well. So whoever is like the niche authority in your space, using that, you can go against them, or you can also go with them and say, hey, this big authority figure, I studied him for 100 hours. Here's like the top 7 lessons I learned from him. You can also play it like that. So you can go with them or against them. Both work really well, but using authority in itself is a really good attention grabber. All right, let's see. Let's do 2 more. I studied the world's top psychologist for 5 years. Here's every brain hacking lesson I learned applied to fitness. All right. Not too much new here. Yeah, I talked about rapid weight loss in the first one. Again, trying to get like a pattern interrupt in here. Rapid weight loss is beneficial in the first 2 weeks. Let's see. Let's do one more. The modern diet has destroyed your gut health. Use 10 fix to fix your gut. All right. So we have, again, another pattern interrupt picture. Last concept here I'll go over is basically saying, again, it's kind of like the authority or like traditional thing. So like the idea here with this hook that's going to apply to anything is, hey, this traditional path, this traditional fix actually destroyed this thing in your life. So here's how you fix it. All right. So this could be, if you're in, the money, like the make money online space, this could be something like, the education system has destroyed, X, Y, Z, or has brainwashed you, whatever you want to do. But some traditional thing did a bad thing. Here's how you fix it. All right. So this works because it's kind of controversial, goes against the grain. It also like presents a clear, like obvious problem. And hey, here's the solution. So it has an incentive that we talked about as well. What's in it for me. All right. So I hope this helped. We really covered a lot here. But again, overall, like big thing is if you can master how to get attention, like you will never go broke again, and you'll be able to scale your business to 50, 100, million a month. There's no limits to this. All right. So appreciate you watching. If you are someone who wants to scale your online coaching business, I have a few one-on-one spots available where you literally work with me one-on-one. You can text me anytime. We'll hop on calls. I'll also give you access to all my lead gen systems and way more advanced trainings than this. So go ahead and click the link in the description of the video if you are interested in that, and we will talk soon. All right. Peace.